Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have the Southern California residential application, and you can see we have two different ceiling types. We have a flat ceiling type here, and then a slope ceiling over here. Let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions first of all. And so overall dimensions, we have 14'6" on the slope ceiling side, and then a 16'3" on the flat ceiling side. We have a height here of 8'6", 8'7" approximately, and then we have a depth of 10'4" from the wall to the outer edge of the structure itself. Over here we have a height starting at the low point of 9'6", and then ceiling height over here at the top of 10'5". You can see here I have these as 4x4 posts, and I have that from the edge of the wall here to the outside edge at 9'10". There is a fan located here in the center. They had said that the fan is approximately 4 foot in diameter, and I have that centrally located within this span here. There's also some recessed lighting and speakers on both sides here, and also on this side over here. One of the pieces of information I'd like to just talk about is the slope ceiling here. I have it at 1 foot to 1 1/16 of a slope. And then also I want to talk about the top over here. You can see that the ceiling joist, there's two different dimensions in the ceiling joist. We have 1 foot 3.5 on the left side here, so from here to here. And then on the right side we have this 1 foot 2.5, so this opening here to here. Now the important part of that is that when you use a flush mount kit, the 1 hour fire rated drywall needs to be approximately 13 inches in width here. So that's why this particular piece of information is important. Not quite sure if I told you 10'4" from here to the outside edge of the structure itself. I think that is about it for right now. And you can also see that we try to duplicate what we're giving as far as the ceiling arrangement here, so that we can kind of give you the best idea of where to place the heaters, which would be most advantageous for the actual footprint of heat. So you can see here I have these lighting fixtures here, and then there's one over here. So the placement of these is based off of the true distances here that is actually there on site. So this is just a recommendation, and you can see here that I have this pressed up against the 2x8. I should mention also that's very important that this is a minimum of 8 inches in height according to the manufacturer. And I think that is about it. All right, so let's go ahead and just take a look at some questions I might have about the placement up here. So first of all, the heater itself is centrally located from that span from here to here. And that's important because of the fact that we do have clearances below that we need to meet. So from the edge of the heater itself, not the frame, but the heater itself, we need 18 inches over here, and then we also need 18 inches over here. These openings here are sliding doors, and so there's no issue with regards to doors swinging out into the patio itself. You can see we have a dining space here, and then a reclining space over here. Now this spot over here, we have the fan, and if we looked at that dimension of the fan, 4 foot diameter roughly, what we need to do on that is make sure that we have 18 inches. You can see that my fan physically is larger than the actual diameter that they gave me, so we need to make sure that we have a 18-inch clearance from the edge of the heater over here to any combustibles that is to the right, left, and then front and back, and also 36 inches down below the heater itself. So 18 inches here and 18 inches over here. These heaters are also centered within the span. Let me come over here. So this total distance here from this edge here to the wall, that's where I have it centered in this plan itself. All right, I think that's about it for that. Let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. Hang on one second. And here we go. Footprint of heat, you can see, is really good. And I should also mention that first of all, I had spoken with this client and mentioned that possibly a 4,000 watt would be a better application in regards to the height. I should also show you the distances here. So you can see here with the height of the heater itself, I actually have it at 8'7" off the finished floor. And then over here we have 8'11" off the finished floor. So that distance is something I would consider a 6,000 watt unit. And so these are WD6024s, so 6,000 watt, 240 volts, 16.7 amps a piece. They are dual elements. With dual elements, you can either have a control system, or you can dim the system from 1% on to 100% on, or you can use a duplex switch where you can have one element on, one element off. And for example, on this side here, you might have two elements on, one element on here, or just one and one. That just gives you some flexibility as far as the comfort for each individual that's down there, sitting, I should say. Same with regards to these are CD 6024s. I like the appearance a little bit better than the WDs when they're exposed, so that's why I'm using the CDs over here. And you can see that the footprint here is very well for the entire space that you could be occupying. These chairs might not be arranged in the same configuration that I'm at, but or that I have them at, but you can see the overall coverage is really good. We have it at 7'8" from center to center, and then this one here at 7'3.5" center to center on the heater itself. All right, I'm going to go through a couple of things with regards to the level or elevation of the heater itself. So you can see here right now I have this at a stucco type ceiling. I'm not sure if that's going to be stucco or not. So with a stucco ceiling, you can have the flush mount kit installed onto the wooden surface, and then the stucco could be overlapping the flange of the flush mount kit. You just need to make sure you leave 1/2 inch of gap between here and that stucco finish on all four sides. Okay, and then if you were to place the heater into a location where that might be a wooden ceiling, so let's go ahead and just change that real quick. And if we had a wooden ceiling, same thing applies. 1/2 inch of clearance all the way around all four sides. However, the heater elevation itself must be changed to where you have the heater at the same elevation as the bottom of the actual wooden surface, so that you are meeting the clearances to combustibles below the heater. If we look at that again, the clearances below the heater needs to be below the actual combustible ceiling. So we have that drop down, so the elevation of the heater is at the same elevation of the bottom of the ceiling itself on a wooden or combustible surface. So just bear that in mind. And then I also want to show you, let's go ahead and turn that off for a second and come over here. And I want to show you kind of some ideas with regards to on a slope ceiling like this. What you want to do is you want to make sure that your heater itself is level. If it's not level, then what will end up happening is the elements themselves. As they heat up, they'll expand, and as they cool off, they'll contract. If they're not at a perfect elevation, then the coil itself will start sloping downhill and destroy itself very rapidly. So what I did here is, based on that information I gave you a little bit earlier about the 12-inch to 1-inch drop on the slope, I took the OEM bracket on the left side here, and you can see that it's not attached properly because of the fact that the clearances need to be met on this left hand side. So the clearances above needs to be 6 inches to the ceiling, so that's my clearance mark, and I needed an additional few inches here in order to make that clearance possible on the left side. So what I might recommend is taking maybe a piece of steel. This is stainless steel in my display here, but hold on one second, sorry. But taking a piece of stainless steel, and you can just make that those marks that you're looking for, so that you have that perfect alignment with regards to the clearances. And then what I did over here is I just took a 4-inch drop extended bracket. So the OEM, I should say the manufacturer, does make a 4-inch extended bracket, and so that way you can attach this to the ceiling over here, the bracket itself, drop it down 4 inches more than the standard bracket that comes with the heater itself on the left side here. And then you can have something that looks a little bit more I guess appealing than the possibly taking a chain or something of that nature, which is also something that you can do, is take a chain, mount it up here, and then extend that chain down to where the heater itself will become level. So that's what I did here. However, this distance here is something that's going to be based on what the true drop of, or I should say the true slope of the ceiling physically is. So something just to bear in mind. So if I had all that detailed information, I can tell you exactly what that distance would be, but it has to be very precise in order to give you that distance for this extension piece that you'd have to make in the field. So, and I think that is about it. Yes, I think that's about it. So, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise, we're not monetized. YouTube does not promote our channel in any way unless we receive a thumbs up from our viewers, and we truly appreciate that. Thank you. Have an excellent day.